Welcome to the Fire Brothers channel, the only Transformers channel on YouTube that officially does not approve of slavery. I'm not saying any of the other Transformers YouTubers do, but they haven't gone out of the way to say that they don't, so technically, I'm the first. These are the jokes! There are no refunds available, I'm afraid. Anyway, so you saw the title of this video, and I bet that your mind is going through many different emotions right now. Either you're curious, angry, upset, or I don't know, whatever other feeling you're feeling, because the twins are pretty divisive characters. It is common knowledge that they're pretty much hated, almost unanimously by the whole Transformers community. But there are that small section of the fans who like them, so if we can, go easy on them in the comments down below, that would be great. Anyway, so recently in TFCon 2018, we got some details about unused concepts for Age of Extinction, like things that were supposed to be in the movie but they were cut pretty early on or they never saw the light of day. And one of those were the twins being in Age of Extinction. Now, something that you need to keep in mind here is that this is really early on the development of Age of Extinction. By this point, the film's almost unrecognizable from Age of Extinction. There are some details that they still kept, but for the most part the film is very different. Just to give you an idea as to how different the film was, I'm gonna briefly tell you some of the things they changed. Number 1, the twins were supposed to be in Age of Extinction. Number 2, the Dinobots had a whole different original concept. Number 3, Lockdown was the leader of the Decepticons at this point instead of being a mercenary. Number 4, Ratchet was gonna die in a very different way. And number 5, Optimus has the power to revive all dead Autobots. Yes, I'm gonna do a video about that if you guys want, but today we're just talking about the twins. And I'm just saying that to give you an idea as to how different the film was. Alright, so let's get started. So last time we saw the twins was in Revenge of the Fallen, and after that they were absent from Dark of the Moon. Well, they were in the movie, but as a cameo only. And they were supposedly killed off in the comics. But since people say that the comics are not canon, technically the twins are still alive at this point. See guys, this is what happens when the comics are not canon. Characters that should die are still alive. But anyways, as much as I don't like the twins, I gotta admit that their appearances in Age of Extinction, well, their planned appearance in Age of Extinction was kinda disturbing. In Age of Extinction for the early draft, Lockdown was the leader of the Decepticons, and he basically had his own Decepticon army. But there were not as many Decepticons as the Battle of Chicago. The Decepticons are basically in hiding. And Lockdown and the Decepticons are basically hiding in the desert, somewhere in Africa I think. I really don't remember. But at some point in the film, the producers said that they had planned for the Decepticons to kill the twins in Age of Extinction. Now, I don't know if the twins were supposed to, have a small fight scene against the Decepticons or whatever, but what they did say is that they were gonna have the heads of the twins appear on the Decepticon base. Basically, every time the Decepticons left their base, they were gonna hit the heads or tap on them as a way to, say screw the Autobots. And honestly, that might not sound too disturbing for you, but they didn't really clarify if the heads are still alive or if they're dead, if the twins are still alive as heads, because we have seen Transformers survive as heads. A famous example will be Mohawk and Frenzy. Which, if that's the case, then damn, I don't like the twins, but being a head for the rest of your existence sounds like a fate worse than death. Kinda reminds me of Shunat from Mortal Kombat X. But anyways, they didn't really specify if the twins were supposed to, be dead heads or be alive heads like Mohawk. I'm assuming they were supposed to be alive, because the way he said that the twins' heads were gonna be more of, wall decoration, and the Decepticons were gonna hit the heads every time they left the base as a, way to say screw the Autobots. Sounds like he is well aware that people don't like the twins. So maybe showing the twins suffer is like a weird macabre way to satisfy the fans need to see the twins suffer and die. Which, it's a little too extreme for my liking, but whatever, I'm sure some people will find it hot. So yeah, the twins were supposed to be used as wall decoration, and they were supposed to, be used to entertain the Decepticons every time they left the base, or something like that. It's weird. I'm gonna put a link to the video where, you know, the producers talk about this stuff. It's really interesting because the way to describe the early workings of Age of Extinction makes it sound like a completely different film. I was originally thinking that they were gonna revive the twins in Age of Extinction because something that they also mentioned is that Optimus was gonna have the power to revive dead Autobots, so I was assuming that maybe Optimus will use the Allspark fragment to revive the twins because they're on the Decepticon base. But then I thought, you know, if that was the case, they wouldn't, you know, have the twins served as wall decorations for the Decepticons, you know? I mean, the guy clearly knows that, you know, the fans don't like the twins, so I'm assuming that the twins were gonna just, you know, be there to satisfy the bloodlust of the Transformers fandom who hate the twins. Yeah, that's actually it for the twins. It's actually kinda disturbing. I mean, I think it might be a little worse than, you know, having the Autobots be turned into KSI drones, because I always thought the concept of the KSI drones was a little disturbing from Transformer standards. I mean, think of a Transformer as a regular dude. Now, think of that dude being killed and have his flesh and, you know, his organs being used to create like some kind of Frankenstein army. I always thought of the KSI drones that way. But the twins might have it a little worse, you know, if they're alive or not. If they're like disembodied heads still alive, then I think that's even worse. But if they're dead, then I'm like, okay, I guess that's not as bad, but still. I did find that to be really interesting. But nevertheless, that never happened and the twins were never seen again after Revenge of the Fallen, and I think we're better off for that. But I want to hear from you guys. Would you guys have preferred if we would have not seen the twins at all? Or would you have preferred to see the twins as disembodied heads for the Decepticons to basically, you know, play with and make fun of or something like that? Personally, I think I would have liked to see the twins, you know, as wall decoration. Now, I know that sounds really macabre and stuff, but it would have at least clarified whether the twins survived or not. Kind of like Jolt in the last night. We saw his head on the junkyard. It kind of finally confirmed something we've been suspecting for a long time, and that being Jolt is dead. So having the twins disembody his head would have clarified if they were alive or not. Or unless they were alive heads, which in that case is really disturbing. So I could see why they probably cut that off if, you know, that was the case. But anyways guys, that's it for this video. Bit of a short video because, well, there's not much to talk about. It's pretty straightforward, much like the Bumblebee video. So I would like to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe guys.